All right, a day late and a dollar short. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Happy Friday. Happy time zones with Shaken. How is everybody? Long time no see. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, sorry. Minor brain blip. So yeah, like Phil had mentioned last night, there's a real good shot that will be into Endwalker next week. Very exciting. Time frame, not sure. I think today, just because we will be done promptly by noon, that I'll full speed ahead with story today. I won't divert towards like running dailies and stuff like that. So we'll just we'll keep on keeping on. Philly, what's up, my guy? DC, good morning, man. Yeah, back to what I hope is to be some normalcy at work now. Like no more wacky schedule, which is definitely a good thing. And then I know a lot of you may be back to normal as well, work-wise, beginning of the new year. You're just wrapping up 6-4. How have you liked Endwalker, DC? DX, good morning, man. What's going on? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Yeah, need the reset for sure.
So soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Roger preserved!
They have mullets and Aors. Yo. Bro.
It can't be.
Can you get that as a mount? Holy shit.
The palace! After them!
Thing is legit. Looks like Bahamut and friggin' Midgar Somer had a baby and made this wonderful looking dragon. Phil, what's up, my man? Happy Friday, duder.
You're here. Good.
I am good. Fucking A, dude. Seriously, Phil, can we get this as a mount? My goodness. I'm gonna just assume no.
Well. To be received by such an illustrious cast. Why? Even the hero of the piece is here. I feel quite starstruck.
Oh, Fandango.
Is that Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh, you saw straight through it. Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before.
It's because we have.
Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandaniel. And may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
Right to the point. No fluff.
My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself.
You see?
It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
Trying to pick his nose.
The final
Can't do it, camera angles.
But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things.
Oh, bug eyes.
Why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering! I'm different, you see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment.
Initial reaction: I don't want this individual to live much longer. But I feel in true Final Fantasy XIV character writing, Ascian writing, I will have feels for him by the end of this and be like, all right, fine, he was justified. As is tradition.
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers and this very star our stage.
Telophoroi. Excuse me.
Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Okay, so, like, does Fandaniel want the frickin' world to burn because he wants the world to burn and everybody to die and him with it? Or, do his convictions stop with Xenos's? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he only doing that because he just wants... Like, Xenos wants everybody to die and the world to burn, so he's just like, that's why I want to do it. Fandaniel seems like a real fan asshole already. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Raubon, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Merlin tells me, you're due some time off duty. Should we need anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well. But if you need our help, don't hesitate. And take care, both of you. To the rising stones, to the rising stones. Rise, 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 rising stones. That's not there. That is there. Revenants toll the rising stones. Okay. Easy there, Mike and Ike. Huggabert. Hey, man, you related to this guy, too? Some distant relative? He's got a real, speed stripe hairdo kind of deal going on. It's got a, kind of like a Fennekin kind of look, color scheme there. I mean, if you guys are related. Also, you probably hit the dungeon today, so if you wanted to kill some time, you could start. The Omega Raid has a pretty long solo bit to start. Oh, all right. Let me, well, if this is where I have to go first, golly. Shoot. Now you're in my head. Running through my head, running through. I said we're going to be full speed ahead, and now here we are diverting once more. Azizla, right? Right, is that where it starts? I don't, Wait here, let me, no, sorry. Let me do this first, then I'll globetrot. Oh, it's in Rauger's Reach, okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, one of the dudes at the camp, you're like, we'll get to that after, eventually. Ah, good, you're back. We've received the reports from the Alliance. Since we're all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in Alamigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. Good morning, Grumpy. You'll be happy to know that we're going to start Omega this morning, as well as 5.4. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable, but for the endless variety of our foes. This Van Daniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Also, by the way, started the Pokemon, what is it? Pokemon trading card game. It's fun. Freemium. Dig it. Good to collect. Unhinged, perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Luna Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Van Daniel would suggest that they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable that it is some manner of simulacrum born of Asian magics. Opening packs for free is nice? Yeah, for sure. Bugs the shit out of my brain, though, that no matter how, like Johnny on the spot I am with a straight line, it'll still never be like the straight line open. Bugs me every time. Whatever it is, for now, we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Y'shtola? I have been to see the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Uldar and delivered the proxies to Her Grace, along with detailed instructions of their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amalja claimed that a number of their kind have been abducted, and that men are responsible. Not as known for the perpetrators as of yet, but as the immortal flames went about investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Van Daniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomenon. according to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yangsha, I don't remember how it's pronounced, then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little for now save remain vigilant. And since we are dealing with a dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Tell me it's Estinian. Estinian! Let's fucking go, dude. Estinian? Now, just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lance, I would be the first to welcome it, but the truth is, we will struggle even to find him. You let me and Kryl worry about that. We'll sniff him out no matter where he's hiding. Bro, it's always hype when Estinian. Best boy makes a return. Faux show. It's a wonderful feeling. It's like more than a feeling. Bruh. Drop it just a scotch? Yeah, that's good. Ooh, think I'm right in the pocket now. Okay, we're good. If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless. So if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. You think Estinian's just chilling somewhere, just like perched up? Like he's a fucking gargoyle, just keeping look in Ishgard? Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city-states and educate them in the use of their porksies. They would doubtless appreciate it. But might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the tasks ahead. I lied, that's not good. Now I'm resting on my palm, and I don't like it. This might be okay. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. 'Twas ever the way, the world often needs saving. Oh dear, Christopher Robin, are you not enjoying our adventure? And I really could have done with a rest. Costa del Sol is where he's chilling. Yeah, you think so? I could see him doing like a chilling in the waves, wetsuit. You know, it's like sitting on a surfboard kind of vibe. Beatrice, what's good, dude? The old 90 degree right arm wave. How are you, fam? Happy holidays, happy new year. And save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow a nihilistic madman to take us all to the grave with him. Not when the future holds such promise. Banana hammock? Yeah, you think he's got that G-string banana hammock, though? You know what I mean? Whale tailing it. Nay, I will do all in my power to protect those whom I hold dear, just as you have always done. Being a gargoyle looking down on the swimmers. He's on the top of a beach umbrella, just double cheeked up on a fucking Friday morning. Holy mackerel. Good, dude. What have you been getting into? Playing games, watching movies, watching shows, watching it, like anything, everything. Meanwhile, somewhere in the locks. Oh, that's a wrap on 5-4? Right on, dude. Into 5-5 we go.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for
Bro,
that.
he's staggering. Colorless eyes.
Glory be. Glory be to Garlemald!
What the fuck? That's not... No! Those not colorless eyes! Zombie! Zombie! Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Gee whiz. Bro, are we just full body hop reanimate? What on earth? He's got that good. Just sits there staring at his sword. I've done that from time to time.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life.
Also, just in this moment right now, I wonder if... like, Xenos is... Okay, I'm just going to... You know, you don't have to confirm or deny. Xenos is bullshit, right? Xenos loses. He becomes reanimated. The Asians, basically, you know, Marionette, gets his body back. Now he's working with Fandaniel, working with the Asians, only to turn around and gut this motherfucker like a pig. Just me speculating. Just playing along.
I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing him that you await his coming, though I confess I may have singed him a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency.
Yeah, I definitely get Melchior vibes from him as well,
now,
but
however,
Fandaniel's a bit
proceed with the
more
plan.
energetic.
My lord.
Maybe a bit more animated, too.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
Just like that, for real? Jesus. Goddamn, dude. All right, well. Ralger's Reach. That'll be Stormblood. No. Weak sword, barely put any pressure on it. No wonder he tossed it. Dude, that was out of his, like, golf club of frickin'... like his golf club. Or his golf bag of swords, rather. Not golf club of swords. No idea what the hell's going on. Yo, Beatrice, it's just gnarly. That's all you need to know. Dude, this mouse is really, might be on its last leg. Yeah, I know it's an invalid target. It's like my right click just, it'll start like...
Vance! Thank the gods you're here! We need your help! In case you haven't heard, we've set up operations in Ralger's Reach while we look for Omega. It's been decidedly slow going, so I'm sorry to say, we still haven't seen the blasted thing since it disappeared during the battle with Shinryu. Which is not to say that we haven't made any progress. We know what Shinryu ended up in the Imperial's hands, and that it was shackled with some very distinctive-looking bindings when they found it. Obviously, only you know what could have done something like that, and the fact that the restraints were still functioning suggests it didn't shut down when the chief instructed it to earlier. Anyways, we were getting close to identifying Omega's whereabouts when we encountered what you might call a problem. Mayhap it would be best if you came to the workshop and saw for yourself.
The workshop in Ishgard? No, it's here. All right. Nero, my guy. Surprised? Aye, so were we. He's been brought in as a consultant, believe it or not. How many times do I have to tell you? You will play no part in this investigation. Your motives were dubious from the first, and nothing you've done since has served to make them any clearer. Out of necessity, I agreed to take part in Omega's activation, but that will be the extent of our cooperation. Passing judgment without due consideration, openly disparaging colleagues. Not very chiefly of you, Chief. I'll have you know I'm a sensitive new recruit who thrives on encouragement. Then I trust you'll thrive elsewhere when I encourage you to piss off. I will not have him on our roster, Jesse. Never mind anywhere near our work. His employment is to be terminated, effective immediately. The thing is, Chief, we've already paid him in full, and it wasn't exactly a pittance either. 4/5 of what you get was the agreement. Jesus Christ, man. It's like fucking Kirk Cousins in Atlanta. Look, whatever disagreements you might have had in the past, the fact is, we could do with his expertise now. Let him earn his keep at the very least. Also, another thing I wanted to say, BGM in that scene with Xenos was really good. Oh, yeah. Beatrice, I'm sure I've asked and I just don't recall. Have you played 14 at all? And if you're, you know, if it's not your thing, totally get it. But, like, man, the OST goes forever good. I don't believe this. You claim my wholly justified ventures represent an unsustainable risk to the Ironworks, and then pay him a Sultan's ransom in advance? Him? Give me strength. Only Final Fantasy game played is like the first hour of OG7. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're, you know, if you don't ever plan, or even if you do plan on, I don't, you know, I obviously I'm a different beast. I don't listen to anything, you know what I mean, spoilers wise. I'm an odd duck. I would highly recommend listening to this OST, start to finish, like everything, dude. It's all banging. This has been the way of it for a while now, on account of which we've had to put the investigation on hold. Let me know how it goes. I'm leaving. Tisk, tisk. As much as I admire your enthusiasm, hero, you will not get very far without some brains to contemplate your admirable brawn. Happily, I am blessed with a sure fight of the former. Surfight, sorry, I can't word. From this moment forth, you shall be my chaperone. With the realm savior watching my every move, I couldn't possibly make any chief, which should surely serve to allay my employer's concerns. Mischief, not my chief. Forgive me, Vance. It was not my intent to embroil you in this mess. I didn't even know you were here. Seeing as you are, though, I cannot deny that I would be glad to have you on board. The fact is, we are no closer to understanding the true extent of Omega's powers, and even if it was damaged during its encounter with Shinryu, it seems highly doubtful that we will be able to disable it unaided. We have got as far as identifying its likely resting place, but I, for one, would feel a lot more confident about surveying the area with you around to deal with any unexpected surprises. Might I persuade you to lend us a hand once more, old friend? You got me, dog. Then it's settled. Chief, we have a problem. The etheric concentration levels at the yawn are soaring. Our readings doubled from one moment to the next, and by the time we went to check them, they doubled again. What? But that could only mean... Evacuate the site. I shall handle this matter personally. Biggs, Wedge, Vance, I need you with me at the Yawn, to the south of here. That's where we believe Omega came to rest. Do you want to play through the Final Fantasy series? Yeah, there's some ups and downs. I think it's like anything else. It's all just, you know, personal preference, personal experience. 11 and 14 are kind of meh because you're not really into MMOs. I get that too. See, I played WoW back in the day. I played the shit out of Final Fantasy 9. Final Fantasy 11. I don't know why I just said 9. 11 on my PS2, you know, my freshman year in high school. Yeah, like what Phil said. Free trial. Hop in. You can play up to Stormblood if you really get hooked. It's like, it's a low risk, high reward kind of thing, you know what I mean? Jesse, hold the fort while I'm gone. And if possible, continue surveillance from a safe distance. All right, Chief. Watch yourself out there. Just eyeballing him. Am I to stay and mind the shop too? Like, meh. Oh no, I'm not letting you out of my sight. But before you fill the room with maniacal laughter, I want you to remember something. When you collected your inexplicably lavish fee, the Ironworks' creed became your creed. That's freedom through technology, in case you've forgotten, not supremacy through Allagan ingenuity. Reach this contract and I will have my Ponzi of flesh. Pawns of flesh. It's like, what are we, Bernie Madoff over here? No, he's got white hair, but come on now. To the Yawn we go, to the Yawn we go. I know I've told this story before, but my old man was such a boss back in the day that my room was in the basement underneath his room where the modem and router was. Almost went to the wrong spot again. Dude, I gotta get rid of this. The hunt for... Wait, is that right? What is this? What is a new contender? What the fuck? What is this even for? I don't even know. But I have it fired up, but I don't need to go there. No, this way. But he drilled a hole in their carpet in their floor to run Ethernet cable down into my room so I could play 11 on my PS2. Pretty goated move on his part, I must say. That looks like the pink slime underneath New York City in the subways and Ghostbusters 2. Ankle pop. Feels good. What in the seven hells is going on here? A veritable sea of condensed ether. Our precious has been busy. New contender is a beast tribe. Oh, okay. What villainy is this? Oh, Midgar Somer, my guy. Making an appearance, huh? In slumber sweet have I lain since mine offspring's war with man did end. Yet I could not choose but stir at this abhorrent stench. Have care, mortal, for within this great hollow lieth Omega. Long have we known one another. Our history spanneth eons and stars. Oh gods, what's happening? I don't remember the little chocobo chick's name, but I'm sure we can get a wind up. No, man down, save him! Get out of here! Oh, he's a big fat phony. Yeah? You're not dead? Apparently not. It passed straight through me, as if it were some sort of illusion. Playing games, are we? 'Tis one of Omega's creations. Omega is a weapon wrought in a place beyond the reach of thy kind, capable of weaving ether into life. That serpent is yet unfinished, but doubt not that it will become a corporeal threat ere long. Looks like one of those big dragons from Tears of the Kingdom. Well, whatever it was, it's gone. While this peculiar thing remains. Quick. If it looks like a chocobo and quests like a chocobo, I'm thinking it's probably a chocobo. In Final Fantasy XI, in order to get not only your airship pass was a pain in the seat to get, but to get your chocobo license, you had to raise a chocobo, and you had to time it up. You had to feed your chocobo. I don't remember the exact time because it's been so long, but like IRL time. It was like every couple of hours. Dude, I just remember it was like an entire Saturday I spent like feeding. But I still enjoyed it. It was a great time sink in my opinion. Red Mage main for sure. Quit? The way it quests isn't unlike a chocobo, but it looks more like a stuffed dog to me. It definitely is a chocobo, trust me on this. The ones we Lalafels ride on are about this size, aren't they? I suppose. Aye, alright. Let's go with chocobo for now. Thy mistress's blessing extendeth not unto this creature's soul, then. Very well. As this matter concerneth Omega, I shall speak with it in thy stead. High fives. Vance, are you going to introduce us to your knowledgeable little dragon friend? It's Midgar Summer, we're boys. Hey, Trails, how are you, man? What? The Midgar Soma? Who fought and fell at the Battle of Silvertear Skies? Maniacal laughter. And here I was, content to be traveling in the company of just one legend. Without wishing to offend you, hero, the Father of Dragons does have something you do not. That being relevant knowledge. There is much we could learn from him. Little and less is known about Omega's origin. It first appeared in records dating back to the Third Astral Era before the Allegan Empire reached its zenith. And said records have but one thing to say. Omega activation successful. In the centuries that followed, the Allegans enjoyed rapid technological development, but there was nary a further mention of Omega until its capture of Bahamut. Its existence is a mystery among mysteries, a tale among tales. 'Twas always assured that the Allegans built it, and I had no reason to believe otherwise. But now Midgar Soma tells us that it's not even of our world. Just so, it haileth from another star. More than that I will not say. I have spoken with this being. It telleth of a strange plane beyond this hollow, wherein it did reside from the moment of its creation. For reasons unknown, it was ordered to fight. Yet, being weak, it chose flight instead and thus crossed over unto this world. Ordered to fight? By Omega? Why in the seven hells would it do that? To put its creation to the proof. If you would know more, go forth and look upon the truth with your own eyes.
Wait, you're saying we should jump in?
You have naught to fear from the fall. The Hollow hath become a portal into Omega's domain. Once there, this being shall guide you. Servant of Hydaelyn, fate bindeth me to Omega. If it be thine intent to pursue it, I shall lend thee my strength. I know I've mentioned this before too, but in regards to 11, I never knew, up until maybe like a handful of years ago, that like Ninja, you know, like the Ninja, the streamer, huge fan of 11. And I was like, oh, no shit. And I guess he's dropped, you know, a couple mil, probably a drop in the bucket for him to like potentially get it like back up and running. I know like there's private servers and everything, but I was like, damn, I was like, right on, dude. Good call. So you, really can show us around inside the hoe, can you?
Quick.
Well, I doubt any of us imagined things would come to this, but the Father of Dragons has given his assurance. Let us take our investigation into the Yon. I have already apprised Jessie of our intent and instructed her to have our engineers on standby. Since we have no way of knowing what awaits us in there, I need you to be ready for anything. Are you? Boy, are we. Let us begin. Week's been pretty good, man. It's just been super weird the last handful of weeks because of the holiday, the new year, work being busy, Youngblood, school vacation, etc., etc. There's official servers for 11 too. Oh, no shit. The setup is legendarily painful, though. I'm not surprised by that whatsoever. How much is 11? I'm curious to know. Bro, many a time I fell asleep, keyboard in my lap, controller in my hand, and my old man had given me the lazy boy because he had gotten a new rocking chair, so I got his lazy boy for down in my room, and that's where I went to a mill store. It was like a store that had unfinished like wood products, and I found like a TV stand to put my PS2 on, and I would just chill, and like, dude, I would fall asleep, get capped in Quiffam Island.
What is this place?
And what's wrong with us? I can see straight through me. Welcome home, Alpha. Welcome, mortals. $30 in Steam, and then you pay for a sub? Really? And I guess I'm not surprised. But they still charge a sub price, huh? What is this, Fallout? I am Omega, and I have awaited your coming. I communicate with you now via one of my monitors. I don't know the voice I should use, so we're just gonna go generic. I mean, all my voices are pretty generic, huh? You stand in the rift between dimensions where a vital experiment is presently in progress. Your participation is appreciated. Please indicate your consent. Blip. Yo, Draz, good to see you, man. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, dude. How are you and the fam doing? Experiment? If you want our participation, you'll have to tell us a little bit more than that. Skynet voice? Okay. Go old Robo.
We're disappearing!
Not participating entities will be summarily erased. Please indicate your consent. Blip. I don't know, but I feel like I'm getting a suntan. It seems we can't even exist here without Omega's leave. I think it's fairly clear that what we have to do, don't you? Little pig, let me in. Literally saying, he's cool. They're with us. They're with me. Thank you for your cooperation. You are provisionally assigned to the Alpha Group. Every now and then they'll have it on sale, all the expansions for like 20 bucks, depending on... How much is a sub for it? Same to you, I'm good. Was on a 5-month job, working 93 to 100 hours a week. Whoa, glad it just ended. Just in time for the holidays? God damn, dude. Are you still doing the same gig that, I guess for as long as I've known you, you've been doing? 12 bucks a month? I mean, truth be told, I'm kind of surprised it's not $11 a month. I feel like it would be more fitting. But, you know, Square Enix, gonna Square Enix. Looks like some manner of tower or egg. Just reached 13 years. GG's, dude. Family doing well, I hope, too, man. The aim of the experiment is to determine the mightiest being in creation. To that end, 89 candidates have been selected and recreated. They are grouped by dimension, matched by strength, and pitted against one another. That which you identify as a chocobo is Subject Alpha, and you have been assigned to its group. This... Is it... Assassination? Assignation is tentative, however, pending an assessment of your fitness to serve as fully fledged test subjects. Your combat capabilities will be evaluated shortly. We all got sick, but everyone's well? Good, man. Yeah, we had a sick bout before Thanksgiving. Sucked. Combat capabilities? You mean you want us to fight? Affirmative. A course shall be constructed for this purpose, through which you must attempt to fight your way. Your suitability will be confirmed upon reaching the Deltascape test world beyond. Please note, however, the only entities with existential authorization may interact with objects in the rift. Of your number, only Alpha has this at present. Before you may engage in combat, said authorization must be temporarily transferred to you. Blip bloop. Bleep glop gloop. There's just a metric shit ton of content though, but still, it's a bit steep for a 20+ euro game. Absolutely, Trills. That's why I think like 12, and again, like I just feel $11 would have been like wink nudge, like all right, 11 bucks, cool. But yeah, still seems like a steep price. If you want to keep the servers up legit and charge like, I don't know, $5 a month, you know. Actually going to Thailand, Japan, and Korea from March to May. Yo, let's go. So you're gonna go and visit your wife's family, and then are you guys gonna globetrot after that as well? Obviously. Over to Korea first and then Japan afterwards. Ha! An invitation from Omega itself. Not even I could have foreseen this. That's awesome, bro. I'm psyched for you. We are accepting of it, of course. It's preferable to summary it. It's preferable to summary erasure, as I'm sure you'll agree. Come on, brain. Wake up. Alpha, was it? My colleagues and I are minded to participate in Omega's experiment. Will you transfer your authorization to us? I'll take that as a yes. Even chocobos are fucking right-handed, right-winged, whatever. Dropping the kids with the in-laws, and me and the wife are going to Japan for 7 days and Korea for 1. Dude. you just make it sound so casual, like, yes, we're just gonna go to Thailand to drop the kids off. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so casual. It's not like, yeah, my in-laws are, like, no joke, they're picking up Youngblood from school, which is like a mile from our house. But it's like, yeah, my in-laws are picking up Youngblood from school, so Mrs. and I can have a date day. And you're like, yep, we're just gonna swing by Thailand, drop the kids off, and then head to Korea and Japan. No big deal. Heard they've got a great French onion soup. Dog, that's so fucking good, though, man. I'm psyched for you. Existential authorization transferred. Subjects ready to engage. Please begin at your own convenience and proceed as directed. Beep, boop, beep, 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 boop. Beep, boop, beep, 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 boop. All right. What is it? Level 70 sync too? All right. I think the floor moves. Let's go. Drop it like it's... Oh, no, we're going up. Let's fuck it up. Wait a minute. Not that I need it, but bangers and mash. Let's do it. Kidding. It's not bangers and mash. It's sausage and sauerkraut. It's fine. Take the lead. Yeah, no problem. Hut hike. Who's next? We'll actually be in Thailand for a couple weeks before. I want to see the Thai New Year, so we'll be doing that first, and then catching back at the end of the cherry. Yo, that's so awesome, man. I'm so pumped for you. You know, not to, I guess, try and one-up you in terms of level of hype for travel. I'm going to sunny Florida. I mean, it's no Thailand, Korea, or Japan, but, you know, I'm going to Florida. It's gonna be for my in-laws live down there. So for Youngblood's spring vacation in April, we're going down there. So it'll be his first time on a plane, which should be exciting. You're going to Florida. Dude, you're literally just a traveling man. That's what you am. Just listen to Traveling Man by Leonard Skinner, and that's Drazuma in a nutshell, basically. At least in this instance, for sure. That's rad, though, man. The little ones, not so little anymore, I'm sure. Getting bigger and bigger. Yes, DC, same. Same. I've been before. It is what it is. Baby steps, I know. Like, look, again. Not to, like, I've been to Costa Rica. We went for our honeymoon. Oh, I gotta go there, huh? And that was cool. Had a real good time there. I've been to Italy. Italy was wonderful. It was overwhelming, though, because I was just solo. Stranger in a strange land, you know what I mean? I got to meet family, but family that didn't speak very much English, so I had, like, my pocket dictionary, and so that was good. But the older I've gotten, the less pumped I am to fly. I mean, I wasn't pumped on flying back in the day either. Still, it's just, for me, it's just nerve-wracking. I'm a big puss bag. Like, let's just go hang out in a tube in the sky for a couple of hours, and I don't know, man, it scares me. Told you, I'm a big sissy. If we were to fly, if we were supposed to fly and not keep our feet on the ground, we would have been born with wings, bro. We're going to be going to Legoland for sure. I'm sure we might think about Disney. I'm honestly not sure. Right now, I know for certain we're going to go, we're going to do Legoland. A lot of family for it. If you want to add more, my job was in New Jersey and New York, so I was up that way. I'm very sorry to hear that. Get travel anxiety. The act of flying itself isn't the biggest part of that, though. For me, it's just flying. Like, that's the only bit of anxiety I get, is flying. And, you know, all the news the last year, 2 years, you know, whatever, you know, with the whistleblower and all this, and it's just, you know, me, neurotic me getting in my own head. I'm like, not good. No likey. Oh, what a rush. Oh shit, what's up, Behemoth? Me and some friends took you out a couple of times in Monster Hunter. Kill it! Kill it! We did, okay. Yeah, it is super horrifying, Phil. You're not lying. Just the logistics and timing of traveling with schedules and delays. Yeah, because I can imagine that if it's like business related, that's got to be uber stressful. You have to be on this flight at this time because, yeah, you've got all your ducks in a row. You've got meetings, you've got this, you've got that, and so it's like it's very predicated on time. And that's our goal, the Delta Escape, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think is waiting for us in there? Stormdoor? Yo, Draz, appreciate it, man. Hey, bro, have fun, be safe, enjoy yourself. Again, man, my best to you and the family, duder. Omega said that it groups subjects by dimension. If the creatures we fought on the way here were merely intended to separate the wheat from the chaff, that's like coffee bean, chaff, it would seem certain that far greater challenges await inside these egg-like objects. Our fellow test subjects, more like. but I'm not certain what to make of that castle. Could it somehow be connected to the subjects? Queh. When I recently flew to New Orleans, that landing was kind of... Dude, the landing's always the worst part. Taking off is whatever. Landing is just like sketchball supreme.
Ah, Alpha! But hold on a moment. Shouldn't either one of the... or the other of us be translucent?
Blip. Subjects confirmed to have arrived at the Deltascape. Analysis complete. Congratulations. You are approved for participation. Your strength places you in the self-same tier as Alpha, the feeblest and farthest removed from myself. Feeble, you say? Scowl under there. Nonetheless, you are now fully fledged test subjects. Welcome, weakest of challengers. As corporeal life forms, you need not undergo development within a test world. Instead, you may use this space freely. Not quite what I would have chosen, but one must make do. Speaking of which, what is it that we're supposed to do exactly? You are to enter the Deltascape and defeat all test subjects within. Please note, however, that strength in numbers will not be acknowledged. There is a strict limit upon how many entities may participate in combat. Only a small party may have existential authorization transferred from Alpha. Good luck, Blip. So the eggs do contain our fellow test subjects. Just as I predicted, eh, Garland? It's like, fuck me, okay. Before we turn our thoughts to the Deltascape, I suggest we set up a base of operations here. Gotta lozenge me, gotta lozenge me. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Hit me with that baseline, dude. It's somewhat cobbled together, but this should suffice as a base of operations. Take heart, old friend. Though every step we take seems to raise more questions, we will wade through this mire of mysteries eventually. Of that I have no doubt. $1,000 for it? That's it? Whatever. Whatever. It's fine. Right then, what to do next? We know that Omega is conducting tests to determine the strongest being, but we do not know its ultimate purpose, nor even its exact whereabouts. Plainly, however, it is within Omega's power to curtail our stay here whensoever it chooses. Accordingly, we have little choice but to proceed as bidden and defeat the test subjects awaiting in the Deltascape. Well, Alpha certainly seems keen, though it might be best if you left the fighting to others, little one. That is, of course, assuming others are willing. What say you, old friend? Peace over power. This promises to be a most entertaining foray, and I would not dream of missing any part of it. You may rely on me to provide you with remote support. With commendable foresight, I took the liberty of borrowing the various monitors that were lying around and shall extract all the information I can from them. Why do I feel like Nero's gonna friggin... He's gonna pull some shit, I feel.
Quack, quack.
Tis a pity none of us speak Chocobo. As I recall, though, we are supposed to have Alpha transfer his authorization to us prior to engaging in combat. In which case, Vance, you'll need him to accompany you into the Deltascape. See to your preparations and proceed whenever you are ready. Alpha appears eager to proceed. You may enter Deltascape V 1.0 whenever you're ready. Alright, so now we're duty findering. How long is this going to take us? No, it's probably in Heaven's Ward, right? No, is it Stormblood? Am I just in the wrong area altogether? Probably. Yep, there it is. Okay, cool. Oh, we'll do it Monday? Okay, shit. Well, okie dokie, Dr. Jones. Oh, do I have to, like, leave the instance? Oh. So why can't I travel? Just let me go! Hey, Torn, how are you, man? Happy holidays, happy new year, bud. What's shaking, hombre? Grumpy, you'll be happy to know we have exactly 62 minutes worth of story time. Straight ahead. Doing pretty good, man. Woke up feeling all right. A little bit of a headache, but it seems to have subsided. But that's good, man. Alice is waiting patiently for the return of certain scions, not least of all you and me. Good news, Vance. Thancred and Urianger have finished their tours of Garlemald and are on their way back here even as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light onto things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? Ah, a welcoming party. You needn't have gone to all the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alice, Graha, and Vance. But I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will also have heard, though, it hasn't all been tales of triumph. Just as we were taking a step towards finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back. Though, I can't help noticing that we're one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried. Yet I did try. Repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to apprise Raubon and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. Then mayhap you would do the same for us. Indeed. It was just as Lee said. Worse, in fact. Devastation as far as the eye could see. Nerva and the Illid, however, were notable by their absence. Might they have met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fandaniel? Perhaps, or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier since, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild. Or rather, transform it. Transform it? Into what? That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold. like something from a nightmare. According to Urianger, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised with the manipulation of ether in mind. Magitech, in other words. Yet, as unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchange between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Fandaniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Well, be sure to save some for Urianger, which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Raubon is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings of the towers, and he requested our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one of on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter, as I promised Kryle. We need not all attend. Very well, I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we will have to speak with Urianger before the meeting. Bing, bang, boom. Yeah, Torn, for sure, man. Sometimes waking up with a headache blows. Actually, not even sometimes. It's all the time. I'm not saying that I always wake up with one, but yeah. Oh, like waking up with a headache blows, for sure. And hell yeah, it's the weekend, dude. I just need to, I need to get through the weekend and get to next week where, things schedule-wise will be it'll be back to normal. Which I am very excited for. Just normal. It'll be the slow time at work, which is also super welcomed. Makes for longer days because there's not as much to do. But we're not, friggin' balling out, all day, every day. Turkeys, roast beef, whatever. My friends, much and more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole. As are we to see you safely returned from your mission, Urianger. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Well, if it isn't Alphino and his merry band. Oh, what up, big dog? I'm just gonna call him Van Dam. Herrenvold, whatever are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me that you'd been away on a mission. And who's to say this isn't part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you'd grown a bit taller after a whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elderzen are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great Auroch such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eye. That would be something in Endwalker or Dawntrail, all of a sudden, he's Urianger height. Aye, 'twas not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions, though Moonbreeder towered over me nonetheless. Anvil brings out the best in Alphino, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company, it's almost endearing. So, what exactly brings you here? The day we get tall twins will be a weird day? Absolutely. And then just to think about, say you do Binding Coil, you see Alisaie and she's back to being small, or, small-ish. Oh, for Dola mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait. Does this have something to do with the towers? Eh? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, all right? If Fordola is going with him, that must mean... Excuse me. My apologies. As Ehrenwald rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it. Eden, good morning, my man. How you doing, compadre?
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrix. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoi's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Playing some Knights of the Old Republic? Fuck yeah, dude.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Did you ever play SWTOR?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked.
Glory be to Garlemald.
Glory be to Garlemald.
And when they did, they tried to kill us. Sounds like they mistook it for PvP mode. Definitely. We were in a non-combat area. They broke the rules.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty, but the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
What?
Yeah, I'll say. Been a bit.
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
Okay. All right, fine. Oh, yeah, the BS squad. More like the no BS squad. You know what I mean? Like the no bullshit squad. I just resubbed, missed out on the last few content drops, and SWTOR, it's a great game. I remember it was a couple years ago. They had, I think I got all of the up until like current content for like $25. And like even when you like you could just sub for a day and then unsubscribe and you get to keep and still play everything, Eden. Raubon's voice is liquefied testosterone. Dude, for the longest time I thought it was Sean Bean. Wouldn't it just be the B squad? I mean, if you're going to consider us the A squad, the A team. Yeah, maybe abbreviating the BS squad. Yeah, instead, yeah, because maybe you don't want to say, because like, the bullshit squad. Or maybe it could be like the NBS squad, like the no bullshit squad. No, the NB squad, no bullshit squad. Or you can do, okay, no, I can't. I'm just going to sit here all morning. Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore. Can't be Sean Bean, the character's alive. Yeah, but he lost an arm, so we got close. We got close, dude.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamolder and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
A-Team, eat your heart out, Ed Sheeran? Yeah. And, who was it? Rampage Jackson? He was in the A-Team. Was Liam Neeson in the A-Team too? The movie? I don't even remember. It was horrible. The show was great.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fudola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
She's still very angry.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Eldin gave you a chance to refuse.
and you didn't.
See, I love that movie. Don't remember a single second of it though. Remember the tank dropping out of the sky, and it was fucking garbage. It was so dumb. It's like one of those great awful movies. Like just super disconnect your brain, action, stupid. Like okay.
But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat.
Like put it on in the background at a party.
And now,
kind of movie.
from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head.
Yeah, and then they drive it out of the lake.
The Garlemald.
Fucking ridiculous.
Killed the Garlemald. What was I a part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
Bump him.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
All of them.
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Ha!
Attaboy.
I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Fordola may be a mass murderer of her own people, but damn if she hasn't had a character arc to her develop. Oh, big time, dude. Do you ever watch other content creators' reaction? Yeah, I do. You know, I've met a lot of great people that have been playing through for the first time, and we've just kind of linked up over our love of trails.
You know, you coming with me.
And you know, like I'll watch a little bit of Nico B here and there. But yeah, it's, you know, if I've made friends with people over the years, whether it be through trails or just like, you know, whatever they're playing, I'm a very, like, if I watch Twitch or when I watch Twitch, I'm very much, it's like I want to watch a game that I enjoy for starters, and then it's like the personality of the streamer, you know what I mean? It has to, like, it's so weird to explain. I probably just can't articulate it well, but like I gotta vibe with their personality, whether it be in like a little bit of a conversation. So it's got to be like the game I'm after plus like the personality of the person. They have to come together in order for me to like sit there and watch for like hours on end. Again, I don't, you know, I probably didn't articulate that well. Long-winded answer. Yeah, I watch some people react to trails, definitely. Sorry. Again, you know, it's the power of the brain. It's failing me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favor if I'm not there.
And that's not just trails. That goes for like anything that I've played that I really enjoy, you know?
Long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light or Alphino, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Bless you. Bless you twice.
Bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian.
My guy.
And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut.
Of course he did. He's on the hunt.
But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Dude, Ishgard, you are my home. Did anybody else eavesdrop on that call?
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Yeah, Needin, in like, just to further the conversation about it, like, it's also, like, if I connect with somebody that I want, you know, through games, conversation, etc., you know, we become buds, and, you know, we talk fairly often, whatever, just not even, like, always on stream, but, like, I've got good friends that I watch play Valorant, and, like, that's not my cup of tea, dude. Like, I have no desire to play it. I have no interest per se in it. But, like, I watch friends that are really good at something like a Valorant or a CSGO or League of Legends, games that I won't play because they're not, I mean, like, I've tried playing League of Legends, but, like, it's not my jam. But, like, watching, like, a friend who, you know, might go on a hot streak and fucking crush it or just get absolutely shredded, like, I'm just still there to, like, just chill out with them. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to describe it. It would be like just watching a buddy, like, play said shooter game on the couch, like, sitting next to him, just, like, shooting the shit. You know what I mean? You're just happy to share stuff with the people you connect? Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, I feed off other people's energy as well. Not just, like, on stream, but, like, just me as a person. Same thing with, like, at work, not to get too far into the weeds, but, like, I'll tell you, like, within the first 30 seconds, based on, like, how, like, the initial conversation goes, if we're gonna be, like, good or not. Not like I'm gonna, you know, give you a stink, but, like, I'm huge on first impressions, in-game, in real life, etc. But, like, especially at work, if you approach me with attitude, and not to pat myself on the back, I can sense it from a fucking mile away. You approach me with attitude, I'm going to reciprocate with attitude, and vice versa. You know what I mean? I don't need you to be jovial and, like, ha ha ha, like, because even that can be too much. But, like, you know, hey, what's up, man? No, nothing. What's going on with you? Kind of deal. You know what I mean? Funny thing, there's a short story on the official site that describes Kryl and Tataru hunting down Estinian. He mistook them for ninjas from Really? I mean, that's pretty fucking hilarious, though. Like, for real. That's pretty good. So, Estinian was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there's no time to lose. Very well. Off to Ishgard, Ishgard. My home away from home. My home away from home. I don't know why they do that on accident, like every time. Never get exact details, but he was curious how the hell these Lalafell were keeping up with him despite him basically leaping over all of Hugane. Just, what do they say in John Wick? Sheer fucking will. You know what I mean? Like, killed a man with a pencil. Like, with a fucking pencil. Like, how did he do that? Sheer fucking will. Like, that's what they had. Yeah, for sure, man. All present? Good. Let us split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to this place, Graha and I will look around the open spaces. The squares and markets and whatnot. You and Vance can delve into the nooks and crannies. Very well. Let us reconvene at the airship landing later, with or without Estinian. Good luck. I wonder if he's where we threw Nidhogg's eye over. Or at the Forgotten Night, maybe? I don't know. I think I shall begin at the Sky Steel Manufactory, so perhaps you could try the congregation? Lucia may well have heard news of our friend's return. Yo, Eden, thanks for chilling, big dog. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday, man. Enjoy your weekend. Be good, man. Stay safe. Firmalbert, we can hang out with Filbert's cousin here. He's just always in the same spot. He is just a stout guard. Good day to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Aymeric sent word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamigo, so I gather you have not come in search of him. To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit? Well, you see what happened was... I see. No, we were not aware Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Aymeric, only to find him absent. In any event, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better. Alright, well that's kind of a Debbie Downer. No, not Sea of Clouds. Airship landing. Right. What the hell do I have in Sea of Clouds? Oh, Void Arc. Gotcha. A few moments, several leaps later, Estinian was taking in the city from the roof of Kugane Castle, a self-satisfied grin upon his face. Let them try and find me here, absent-mindedly. He withdrew what was left of his Sarume, emerging, from the pocket where he had secreted it, sorry, I can't read, raised it to his mouth, and started. On a nearby walkway, two Lalafells were emerging, led by, Sekisegumi blade bearing a lantern. What sorcery is this? Huh. He's like, what on earth? They found me. Oh, shit. You know what, dog? Nah, I'll be fine. I'm gonna say I gotta get my gear buttoned up, but no, I think we'll be good. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
Maybe he wants to stay out of everybody's view. I take it back. He doesn't want to stay out of everybody's view. He's here now.
First the
yeah,
science
dude.
pointer, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than
Looking
mere
good.
coincidence.
This is more shiny than mine, though. I'm a bit jealous.
Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Bro, can I get mine buffed and shined like his?
Too long.
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alpha.
That's right, he's never met Alizé. Ooh, she's gonna be pissed.
Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
This is fucking great.
I am not Alphino!
He's like, shit.
If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged?
I mean, you guys are twins.
Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
This is great.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side. To think the day would come when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
Everybody is fawning over Estinian, rightfully so.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alizé shouting.
Holy shit. Heads will spin. He's gonna be like, what is going on?
Estinian! It's been too long.
He's like, fuck this. This is why I stay in the shadows. I'm out of here.
No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again.
Probably for the best.
For the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
Thick as thieves, these two.
Someone's having a good time.
Oh, Alizé, chill out.
You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
Well, the last time Alphino was in charge, the Crystal Braves happened, and look where that got us. Never forget. Hashtag. It's all Alphino's fault. Perhaps he sees them as the brother he never had. I think he learned how to talk with people rather than at them. Well, you can't keep him all to yourself forever.
I wouldn't be so sure. He still loves nothing better than the sound of his own voice.
Yeah, his is way shinier.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azis La.
Azis La? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Oh, that's right.
Aye, Tiamat.
Tiamat.
His mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azis La, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azis La together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again, and I'll throw you overboard.
This is great. This is so good. He's like, fuck it, all right. He's like, I'm down.
Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
I'll say I love you, but you gotta bite that tongue, fam.
Not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less blunt.
Share a deck, all right. Yeah, she's gonna deck him. Yeah, a left and a right deck. Boom, bang. It has been quite some time since last I set foot in Azizla, but I understand the three of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit? Alas, not. We had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. Well then, Vance is the person to ask. As far as I know, he's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face-to-face. Even now she remains a prisoner of the Allegan Empire. Let's just say it helped that Midgar Somer was there to introduce me. Ah, yes. You were a friend of her father. I too have met with Tiamat. After the Dragonsong War came to a close, I came here to speak with her, a worm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she had harbored thoughts of vengeance and asked as much. She said no. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her, even now. I see. Then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Dude, Estinian is so fucking cool, man. He's such a badass. It is really crazy that when we first encounter him in A Realm Reborn, right? Was it in A Realm Reborn? We meet him like that one time or a couple of times, and how, like, because I think Phil had mentioned it, like, it just the Estinian we first initially meet is much different than like the Estinian we like really see and get to know in Heaven's Ward. You know what I'm saying? Like, totally different. Tiamat awaits. This way. Ahoy, landlubber! Sleep. Yeah, the Dragoon job quest, yes.
plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
Ah, that my sin should be repeated. I can speak dragon. She said sin, and I heard that, and I understood it. I sensed not the faintest stirring. As to who could have called him forth, I know of none save the dragons of Mericidia, our children. The Icon claimed their souls when first he manifested, and robbed of their will they became tools for the Allagan's dark designs.
Much like those held here in Asisla. If dragons who worship Bahamut are required to summon him, that must mean...
Yes, the dragons of Mericidia are at the mercy of this Asian. There can be no other explanation. Accursed Asians, vile minions of darkness. I know for some people, the dragon design in 14 didn't really hit for him. For me, I love the design, personally. I think they look fucking amazing. Again, you would profane the memory of my beloved and strip our children of their freedom, their dignity. Are there no depths to which you will not stoop?
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentations see the perpetrators punished.
What wouldst thou have from me, Slayer of Dragons?
Behavior befitting a great worm. We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Stoneface, such a badass. Were I free, I would answer thine insolence with fire, but words shall have to suffice. Excuse me. Recall, mortals, that it was I who did first summon my beloved, praying with all my being to bring him forth. You who contended with icons cannot well be... I can't read fast enough, sorry.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
So just in that bit of dialogue alone, obviously we've been curing tempering and... Like, is it possible that we can cure Tiamat's tempering? Like, is that a thing? Or is that not a thing? I don't know. Need a massive porksy?
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance. If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you...
All right, answered my question.
Its principles are universal.
Perfect. Awful. I'm not awful. Awesome.
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
And see, Var, like you say that, and I think I had brought that up last night or whatever night it was. I was like, imagine something like bigger, you know, and like I think it just jokingly got brought up, like, well, like, you know, Soul's not going to be any bigger in a dragon than like in a Lalafell, right? And I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, maybe. I was like, need a little Porksy for a Lalafell, need a monster Porksy for Tiamat because, you know, big Soul. Know what I'm saying? Bro, break them chains. Dragon Soul would be much bigger. Yeah, oh yeah. Tempered for many, many moons. Heaven's Ward is probably still my favorite OST. I'm a Heaven's Ward stan, clearly. While Porksies have been shown to be effective in curing the tempered, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, we would be hard-pressed to contain her. Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Alligans kept detailed records of all their notable captives, and I know exactly where to look. We shall leave that to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles. I know Alphino and Vance here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Estinian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of this star, though that is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. I took the encouragement of braver souls than I to make me take this first step towards a brighter future, and now I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you are not as young as you look. Mayhap when our work here is done, we could trade tales over a pot of Tataru's famous tea. And be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water? I think not. I see. Returning swiftly to the task at hand, then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in the sector known as the flagship. Ah, yes, we are familiar with it. The etherochemical research facility in particular. Oh, you may wish to take this, a spirit vessel containing a small amount of my blood. Who are you, Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie circa early 2000s? Which you just happen to be carrying around with you? I suppose that could seem rather odd. To explain, Rambros, Urianger, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in the transference not only of memories, but the traits of certain bloodlines, and so I keep one at the ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. As for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here had granted access to restricted functions, having identified me as a being of royal blood. And armed with that spirit vessel, I posit that they will do the same for you, even in the absence of, well, the rest of me. It would seem worth a try at least. Agreed. We will take good care of it. To the flagship, then. Bing, bang, boom. Nope. Okay, so this is... Can't go any further. I gotta be Johnny on the spot. Date day. It's a thing. Thank you, guys. Excellent week. We're cooking. 5.4 in the rear view, 5.5 full speed ahead. Estenia knows about, well, what, yeah, we're in a blood tray now. Tataru's just like, wait a minute. You're like, no, don't wait a minute. Please don't wait a minute. Let's go and see. Oh, dude, Port's doing Xenogears? Fuck yeah. Woo! Have fun seeing for Anime and Monster Hunter. Next week's gonna be hype as hell. I can't wait, man. Yeah, we'll see you guys later for some anime night. Looking forward to it. Some more G Gundam. Bingo bango. Yeah, let's get this raid queued up for Port Break. Like I said, he's playing Xenogears for the first time. Should be real hype. If you guys need some further brain trauma, absolutely. Thank you guys. Excellent week. Excellent week, man. We'll be back at it Monday. We'll see you guys then, man. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay excellent. Be good. Bye, guys.